Howdy, I'm getting ready for my bike ride. Getting ready for my bike ride across Canada. Attempting to be the first person with schizophrenia to bike across Canada. So I got some rain pants today. I've got a rain jacket I'm going to use that I already owned. I got some phone charger cables and a battery pack to charge phones and whatnot. And well, not phones, but as in tons of phones. I've got two phones. I've got a spare, and yeah, it's the battery pack and phone charger and cords. They they're a little bit better, more efficient, I guess. I'm learning about phone charging cables and all that. I thought they were mostly the same. And I got some other stuff. What I get? I got a pair of flip flops, just stuff like that. A liner for my sleeping bag. Someone said they've got a tent that's very light, small and light, and a lot of bikers use it. I may get it. My tent right now is pretty small already, but if this one is smaller, I may swap that out. So, and what else have I got? Just not tweaking, but fine tuning things, getting the last things I need before I leave, because I leave on Thursday to Halifax to fly out to Vancouver. I reached out to the my local high school that I went to as a kid, and they said that they can do a live stream with me, a Zoom, from the road. So I'm going to do that the first week, maybe the second week too of June, and talk to my my old high school, the students there now. So that's exciting. And the first day I'm switching it up. I'm leaving from Port Moody, not UBC campus in Vancouver. Port Moody is on the Burrard Inlet. It's the ocean. It's salt water. There's a place there where I can dip my back wheel of my bike in the Pacific Ocean. When I get to Newfoundland, I'll dip my front wheel in the Atlantic Ocean. That's what I did last time. So there's a place there. There's a boat launch at Port Moody, and the reason I'm switching it up is because I really don't want to bike through Vancouver. I did it before last time, but the route was all mapped out for us. I did it with a group tour to Canada. They do the bike ride every year, and I'm looking at the map. I'm like, I'm going to get lost. Vancouver's a lot bigger since then, and I'm not big on traffic. And Port Moody was, in the old days, it was going to be the western terminus of the railway across Canada. So I thought, well, that's good enough for me. So I'll just bike through Port Moody, Port Coquitlam, and then go to Mission. So it'll be a shorter day. It'll knock off about 50 kilometers or so for the trip for that day. But at least I'll be starting in salt water, the Pacific Ocean, and have a much easier, less traffic to deal with. So yeah, Calgary, I can bypass biking. I may get someone to drive me into Calgary to do a talk if that happens. Montreal, I can bypass, and Toronto, I won't be going near. I'll be going north of there, like through Peterborough, Collingwood, Peterborough, and yeah, Winnipeg, same thing. I can bypass, and Quebec City, I can bypass too. So it's yeah, I'm not big on biking in cities. It's just more danger, chance of danger. I actually feel safer on the highway. The highway with a good shoulder, I feel a lot safer out there than in the cities. So, smaller towns and cities, that's where I'll be each night, biking through and staying in. And yeah, I'm much better with those. I just feel safer, and it's another thing, because I'll be biking by myself. One thing I would prefer small towns for is that because I'll be biking by myself, if I leave my bike somewhere to go into a shop, I'm just conscious of people stealing things off my bike. So that's something I've got to, think about, because you leave a bike with all your gear on it and somewhere in Vancouver, it's gone in a matter of minutes or seconds probably. So it's easier with two people biking, because then someone can go into the store and the other person watches the bikes. So that's one thing I've got to be conscious about. So Yeah, and I put a donation jar at my local coffee shop the other day, so there's a few out there at my local drugstore, local coffee shop, and the next town over, St. Stephen, New Brunswick, there's another coffee shop there. Something's brewing with my donation jar. And Bikes and Beans in Crispamsis, the bike shop, has a donation jar there too for locals if you want to donate, or you can donate online. Mindaid.ca, mindaid.ca. There's a link to the bike ride there. Mindaid.ca/2023 bike ride. That's the link to the bike ride webpage. There's a GoFundMe page there too. That's the one I'm looking for trip expenses. If I can get a few more thousand to pay for food and camping fees, that would be amazing. People have donated a fair bit already, pushing $2,000, I think. So very happy about that. So thankful for everyone who's donated, and without your help, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So thank you. If I had some extra $5,000 to pay for this myself, I would, but I do have schizophrenia. Many people with schizophrenia aren't wealthy. Many are homeless, and I managed to, excuse me, get into a job where they paid me 40 some grand a year. I was able to do that. Not everybody with schizophrenia can do that, so I was very lucky for that. I'm not at that job anymore right now. Excuse me. I moved back to St. Andrews, my hometown, a few years ago. Trying to make ends meet here, it's difficult for many people anywhere really these days with the economy in so many countries. So thank you everyone who's donated. This means so much to me. And if I can do this and get more media attention, I'm hoping to raise much more than a few $1,000s, tens of thousands hopefully, for mental health in developing countries and for the provincial schizophrenia societies in Canada. I would love if you know anyone, you want to share this ride with what I'm doing and help promote the schizophrenia societies or my Mindaid nonprofits, please do. If you know anybody in the media, radio stations, I'll be going through southern Canada, my ride, Vancouver to Newfoundland. If you know anybody along the way in media, please reach out to them, tell them I'm coming. If you know anybody who is in, so all my destinations each night are on the website for the ride. Each night where I'll be staying, it's temporary. It mostly won't change. There might be a few adjustments as I go along, but for the most part, those places will be where I'll be. And if you know anybody in those towns who would have me, who could have me stay there at their house for the night, friends or relatives across Canada, please reach out to them. Even if they're in a city like half an hour drive away, if they wanted to come get me and take me to their house for the night, I'm open for that. If anybody knows of any people there who'd want to put on an event for me, it could be as simple as just meeting in a park for free. Pick a park, maybe with an overhang in case it's raining, 7 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening or something. I can meet there for an hour and a half or so and meet people with mental illness, schizophrenia. If anyone wants to help set up events for that along the way, I'm definitely open for that. Email me at info@mindaid.ca. And yeah, I've got 2 people who are helping out with organizing, and they're busy as well too. So anybody who wants to help, please reach out to me. And I would love to put as many events as I can across Canada. Right now, I'm focusing on getting the biking done, because that's the main thing. I want to make sure the biking happens, it gets done. And I can at least say, even if I don't put on as many events as I want, I can at least say, look, someone with schizophrenia can do something like this. They can get their dreams back. They can do things. If you don't have to just have your life be misery for the rest of your life. That's not the case for everybody. And I want to give people hope, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't know what treatments and cures they'll find for mental illness. You have no idea. There will be more discoveries this year, next year, the next year, the next year, the next year, the next year. They'll keep on happening, like they found so much about the brain in the last 20 years, 30 years. They just keep finding out more and more and more. So if you're struggling, don't give up. Hang in there. I know you're doing the best you can. Hang in there. Life is wonderful. I know you can't feel it right now. I know it's a beautiful day right in front of you, but you can't feel it. That's the way it was for me. So hang in there. And anyway, thanks everyone for listening, and I'll talk to you later.